Hello, Muhammad.
Hello, hello, sir.
What about your colleagues? What happened? Nobody came or what?
I don't know.
Okay, should I wait for 2 minutes? Maybe they are coming?
Maybe.
Okay. Muhammad, I think I have to start because I see that they didn't come and maybe nobody is coming. What do you think?
Okay.
Great. Do you remember where we stopped last time?
No, sir.
No. Uh-huh. We just spoke a little bit. Yeah, we stopped here with this page. So we started with the characteristics of amphibians, and we said that most amphibians begin life as aquatic organism. This is why it is called amphibians. Amphibian means the animals that have part of its life in water and cannot be in land. Then the rest of its life on land and cannot be in water. Something looking strange. This means what? This means that it is in the beginning of its life, uh, it is breathing only through gills. This means it doesn't have lungs. So if you could take it from the water at this stage, it will die. It will die immediately. But by the time, okay, it is these gills are shrinking and the lungs start disappearing. Lungs by this time it started form. Then it can breathe and cannot stay in the water, cannot breathe in the water, so it is coming out. And it has, subhanallah, another way, the third way of breathing. Okay, it is doing it in winter when it is hiding itself in deep tunnels under the ground, digging and hide itself there and reduce the abilities, okay, of its body. Okay, everything stop and it is breathing only through the skin. So subhanallah, amphibians, it has many uh, ways of uh, breath. So we finish with this in 28th. Oh, Mazen Isam, welcome back.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sorry for being
How are
late.
you doing, son?
And
So now we are moving to the characteristics of amphibians. We are going to the next point about feeding and digestion because I just revised with Muhammad Rafa Mazen about what we checked last session, what we studied last session about how these amphibians are breathing. And we are why we are calling it amphibians because part of its life in the water and part of its life in land. When it is in the water, in this stage of life, it can never stay alive when it is on land because it has gills. So it cannot breathe by lungs. Lungs didn't form yet. So when it is moving to the land, this means that the lungs are formed and gills are shrink to be isolated. Then it is staying its life on the land till the end. And exactly as you know, it has a kind of hibernation in the winter, avoiding itself from the coldness. So it's digging and making tunnels under the ground, under the moist even. Then it stopped. Most of the body organs are stopped working except the skin. The skin, it is breathing through the skin. Subhanallah. This is all what we discussed last session. Today we are going on to continue with the characteristics of amphibians, and we are moving to the feeding and digestion. Most frogs larva, most frog larva, you know what does mean larva? Larva means what? Larva means after the eggs are hatched, there is there is a new offspring. It is called larva. Okay, or herbivores. Herbivores means what? Eating only grass. Attention, it's so serious. Okay, whereas salamander larvae are carnivores. So in frog, what is so famous in the Middle East? The frogs. Frogs are herbivores in larva stage. But salamander, no, it is carnivorous. From the beginning, it is eating meat. You got the idea?
Yes.
Great. As adults, the diets are similar as both groups become predators. So they are exactly, they have a sticky tongue and long, can eat exactly as cockroaches, any bugs you can see, can eat it. Okay, the digestive system of an amphibian is very similar to that of a fish. Subhanallah. So now attention. Now there is similarities between fish and amphibians. Like what? You have to know the digestive system. Okay. Then the intestines end in a chamber called the cloaca. So now you know what does mean cloaca. What does mean cloaca? Cloaca is the end of the intestine. Okay? The end of the intestine is a chamber. This chamber is a cloaca. So cloaca is a chamber located in the end of the intestine, which receives wastes and reproductive cells. What happened, Mazen? We are coming by two.
Yes, yes. I want only to log in with my laptop.
Okay. And reproductive cells before they leave the body. So this cloaca function, or not only one function, has a two functions. It is collecting the waste to get rid of it, and also it is receiving the reproductive cells. What does mean reproductive cells? Gametes, I mean gametes, whatever it is, sperms, male or eggs in female. Okay, I think now you know what is the function of cloaca, what is cloaca, what is its functions. Can you please, Muhammad Arif, tell me, Muhammad Rafa, can you please tell me what is cloaca?
What's cloaca?
Yeah.
Cloaca, it's the intestine ends in a chamber.
So you have to say cloaca is a chamber located in the end of the intestine.
Yes, yes.
Okay, what its function, Mazen?
Yes, mister. No, I didn't listen what's its function because the laptop was.
It's okay. The
the
function of cloaca, Muhammad Arif, Muhammad Rafa, can you please help him? Hamoudi.
It receives wastes and reproductive cells before they leave the body.
Exactly. So it is its function first on all, it is get rid of the wastes. Okay, this is first.
Okay.
This is why when you are catching any frog, when you catch it in your hand, the first thing it is doing, it is pushing in your hand. It's pushing in your hand indirectly. Okay, this is the first thing. It's pushing in your hand as a kind of warning to warn you to throw it, to feel exhausted, so you are throwing it, something like that. It is producing this, it is making contraction in this chamber, which is called cloaca, okay, to not here. It is not, it's not removing waste, but it is removing this waste in shape of warning you. As well, it is uh, um, exactly not get rid now. It is laying the reproductive cells through the chamber, this chamber, which called. I hope it is clear for you all.
Yes.
Hello, Abdullah Gadni. Welcome back.
No.
Abdullah.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome.
Should I repeat this page because of you, Abdullah?
Yes.
Okay. We finished last session about the characteristics of amphibians, and we discussed the respiratory system, how it is breathing. We understood that this kind of animals, which called amphibians, its life is passing through levels. First level or the first stage in the water and only in the water, the second stage on land and only on land. So when it is in the water, it has gills and it is breathing and filtrating the oxygen from the water through the gills, okay, as if it is fish, okay. Then after some time, the lungs started being formed. Then it can breathe slowly, slowly until it is moving, okay, to the land. At this moment, the gills are shrinking until to be isolated at all completely, and the lungs only it has for breathing. So it is breathing through the lungs, okay? And in the winter, there is, as you know, there is hibernation, okay? A kind of hibernation, but winter hibernation, okay? Because they are trying to escape from the coldness of winter. So they are digging and making tunnels underground and hide themselves in the mud. Okay, when they are hiding themselves in the mud, all the body organ activities almost stop, except the heart, as you know, and the skin is working for filtrating the water that is around in the mud or the air and filtrating it and getting the oxygen and removing carbon dioxide. So it is breathing through the skin. Okay. This is already finished with it. Then we move today to the feeding and digestion. We understood and we discussed with your two friends that most frog larvae are herbivores, but salamander larvae are carnivores. So both of them, when they are adult, both of them are carnivores. Okay, but in larva stage, in frog, it's eating grass, so it is herbivore. Okay, but salamander from the very beginning, it is a carnivore. Okay, is it clear for you, Abdullah?
Yes.
Great,
Yes.
great, that's really great. Then there is a digestive system, okay, of amphibians is similar to the digestive system of fish, except, except one thing. What is that thing? That the intestine of amphibians are ended with a chamber. This chamber, you see what we called it chamber. We didn't call it bladder because it is not bladder. It is something different. It is a chamber. This chamber called cloaca. So what is cloaca? Cloaca is a chamber located in the end of the amphibian intestine. Is it clear for you, Abudi?
Yes.
Great. What is the function of this cloaca? It is receiving the waste and throw it out of body. So it gets rid of waste. Great. What else? It is receiving the reproductive cells, the gametes, I mean, the sperms if this amphibian is male, or eggs if this amphibian is female. Okay, before they leave the body. Is it clear for you all?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. This is something making me happy. Okay, let's come to discuss the excretion. Excretion means get rid of the waste, but from the body, from the blood, from the cells. How this could happen? Let's come to see. Amphibians filter wastes from the blood through their kidneys. Oh my God, they have a kidneys too? Yes, they have a kidney. Okay, but, let's come to discuss the next. And they excrete their ammonia or urea as the waste product. Here I have to stop. They have ammonia in the blood, and they have urea, and that's it. Ammonia and urea, it is, you know, it is not rough and tough for the body to get rid of this waste so easy. That's why their kidneys are simple kidneys. That's why the excretory system for them are simple. It's really simple. Okay. But for humans, no, because you are not getting rid of ammonia or urea only. There is paulina, there is uric acid, there is too many things. Exactly, you are eating too much things, and exactly it's rich in your blood, it's rich in your cells. The cells are making metabolism, so they get rid of it. Too much things. Okay, that's great. Ammonia is excreted by amphibians that live in water. That live in water. I hope that this this part of the session is easy for you and you understand it. Is there any question?
No.
Abu,
No, no.
Abu, did you have any question?
No, thank you.
Mazen,
No, it doesn't have.
Rafa,
No question, no question.
great. Let's come here to continue with the respiration and circulation. Respiration, I think we understand it well, but briefly, I repeat it again. As larvae, most amphibians exchange gas through their skin and gills, as we discussed. As adults, most breathe through lungs and through lungs, their thin, moist skin, and cavities in the mouth. This is what we are going on to add. So there are something shared in larva and adult. What is it? The skin. The skin is here and there. But larvae, they are exchanging gases through gills as well. But in adults, through lungs. You get the idea? Add to this, in adults, there is a cavities in the mouth for breathing as well. I think it is looking clear. If you could be in the school, I could ask you to buy one frog. Okay, it is. I could give you its name is Bovo. Okay, so you can take one big enough to make anatomy on it to show you all this. But inshallah, I think if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will support us next year, and we'll meet again and we'll go back to the schools and we'll study again. Inshallah, we will do it all in all. Inshallah. Amphibians have a double lobe circulatory system. Wow, wow, wow. Double lobe circulatory system. So it is not like a fish. Yes or not? Fish is completely different. Here is double lobe circulatory system. Oxygen poor blood is pumped from the heart to the skin and lungs to pick up oxygen. This is normal. Then return to the heart where it is pumped out to the whole body. So it has two types of circulatory system, the small one and the big one, or the minor one and major one. Okay, this will discuss it in humans inshallah next year, by the end of next year inshallah. So there is a small one, the small or the minor respiration, or the minor circulatory system, that is just sending the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. You understand? To the lungs only for exchanging gas. So the oxygen, the blood that is full of oxygen is moving back again to the ventricle of the heart to be pumped again to the whole cells of the body. For what? For metabolism. Is it clear?
Yes.
Great. The brain. Let's come to discuss the brain. the brain and senses. Amphibians use sight to locate and capture prey that fly at high speeds and to escape predators. SubhanAllah. Frogs have nictitating membranes, clear eyelids that protect the eye. You know what does mean eyelid? There is a cover above the eye for protecting the eye. It is looking like, when you check the birds. Do you have a bird, domestic bird at home? If you check any of the birds, if you have a parrot, for example, or if you have a house chicken or something like this, catch it and look at its eye. Try to move your hand close to its eye. You will see that there is a cover covering the eye before the eyebrows. You understand? So this is meaning that there is eyelids. This is eyelids. It is a slim, uh, and it is, it is translucent. You know what that means, translucent? You know what that means, translucent, Abudi?
No.
Mazen?
No.
Rafa?
Yes, yes,
You
it's
know what
like
that means, translucent?
you can see something.
Yeah,
See.
but not clear, not 100%,
Not
but
clear.
you can see.
Yes.
Okay, so it is allowing most of the light to pass through it, but not the whole
Yes.
light. You understand? It's called translucent. You understand? So the eyelids, it is translucent membrane that protects the eyes, and as well it can see. Okay. Frogs use their tympanic membrane or eardrum to hear high-pitched sound. You know what that means, pitched sound? The strength of the sound is called pitched sound. You understand? The strength of the sound, it is called pitch. P-I-T-C-H. I think you study it in physics. And to amplify sound from the vocal cord. Amphibians are ectotherms. What? Ectotherms. What does mean ectotherms? Ectotherms, we'll stop with it now and I'll end the lesson with it. That obtain their body heat from the external environment. You are, as a mammal, you are endothermic. Endothermic. But amphibians, they are ectothermic. What does mean ectothermic? What is the difference between ectothermic and endothermic? Endothermic, the body is heated itself by itself. It is not dependent on the atmosphere around. So in Riyadh here, in June or for example, July, the temperature is close to 50. This means that the climate around you is killing you, killing yourself. And if we'll check about your temperature, it will be 36.6, will be 37, 37 point something, didn't reach 38. How this could happen? How this could happen? Because you are endothermic, you are controlling the blood temperature by yourself. But ectothermic, depending on the atmosphere around. Subhanallah, I'll tell you one experiment. We made it. We already made it. To show you the ability of the frogs, for example. Frogs, by the way, we have too much of these frogs. Do you know that, Mazen?
What?
Do you know that we have too much frogs in Egypt, especially in Delta?
Yes.
Too much.
Yes. Yes.
I made too many experiments really on these frogs when I was in the college, so I have good experience about them. Do you know, Rafa, that this frog is, subhanallah, it has the ability to use the maximum energy it has to modify its body with the temperature outside.
Subhanallah.
Subhanallah. Take one of them. and put it in a water. Then start heating the water slowly on the gas. You will see that the frog will be okay. Temperature raised up by the thermometer. Check what's going on. It's working well, working well, working well with it, working well with it, modifying it with the temperature raising, even 30, then 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Can you imagine? Close to the boiling. Can you imagine? And it's still alive.
Oh,
It's staying alive.
Subhanallah.
Suddenly, it is dead. Do you know why it is dead? Suddenly, it is dead. Do you know why? Do
Why?
you know,
Why?
do you know why? I want to listen to you. Do you know why? I will finish with the session by this point. Do you know why?
No.
No. Mazen, do you know why?
كره الموت.
Mazen, do you know why?
No. Yes, I said no.
Ernie, do you know why?
No.
I will tell you. It spent the whole spared energy that it has, all the stored energy, what it has, to modify the body with this new atmosphere around. Till it finished with all its energy, then it did. So it is dead because there is no energy to stay alive, not because of the temperature.
Mm.
Subhanallah. That's all what we have to say. Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
Okay. See you inshallah next session. I hope that you understood and you are happy with this session really. Inshallah, we have a session, inshallah, Sunday at 2 o'clock, inshallah.
Inshallah.
See you then. Bye.
Thank you.
Mister.
Yes.
Mister. Yes. I have a question.
Hurry up, because I have a session after 4 minutes. Yes.
Okay. This تعليم عن بعد. It will end when?
From next week, we are going on to make revision for 2 weeks. Then after this, it's okay.
Oh,
Plus the
okay.
20 of Ramadan.
Yes.
So we still have 2 weeks. As a high schools, we still have 2 weeks.
Mm.
Okay?
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, you're welcome. See you then. Bye.